Hey guys, Allison here. Well, I hear people talk, even people I really respect, talk about negative emotions. And you've probably heard that term, and you probably think there are some really negative emotions like anger, sadness, fear. There are no negative emotions. And I think that's one of the things that make us nervous about our emotions or repress our emotions because, oh no, they're negative, they're bad. Emotions are neutral. They give us information. So just like, our physical senses give us information. I'm feeling thirsty, I need water, I'm starting to dehydrate. Or I feel hungry, it's time to eat something. Or maybe I feel a little anxious around somebody, all right? They're not sitting right with me. We gotta listen to that. Now, in their purest form, emotions are biochemical reactions in our body that give us information. So like I said, let's say you see somebody that doesn't look right and you got to listen to those emotions. I was in a store recently and I see this man. He looked at me. He looked like he hated me. I never saw a look on a face like this ever. And I got really nervous, and my husband was off getting new tires. I just couldn't wait until he found me again because it was really scary. It just said something. There was something really off with this guy. Listen to those emotions, all right? It's giving you fear. Again, I felt fear is a good emotion. We should fear certain things that can be harmful. Where the problems come in is when we fear other emotions. So let's say I fear sadness so badly, I'm so afraid of it that I repress it. I push it out of my conscious awareness. So now it's there and it's driving actions, but I'm not aware of it. Maybe I'm always like watching sad movies or always talking negatively because I've got this sadness that hasn't been processed. Now, all our emotions need to be processed. And what do I mean? We need to be aware of them. We need to feel them, identify them, and then guide them by reason. Right? Guide how we express them or if we express them. Right? Maybe you're in a place where somebody really gets you mad, but it's not an appropriate place to express that anger. Right? Acknowledge it, be aware of it. Maybe you make a plan that, hey, tomorrow I'm going to give them a call and say, listen, what you did really wasn't okay. All right, you're guiding it by reason. And sometimes just guiding it by reason means, okay, shut up, don't do anything. Don't do anything right now because you're going to say the wrong thing. When we talk about, again, negative emotions, I think it causes a problem. All our emotions were given to us by God for a purpose, just like our physical feelings were given to us for a purpose. Now, there are some people who are incapable of feeling pain, and that's a handicap, right? We say, oh, that's great, never feel pain. No, it's not. Because pain is a signal that you're doing something, maybe you're lifting something too heavy, or something is broken, or something is diseased, that's giving us information so we can deal with it. So again, all our emotions are basically neutral, or we can even say they're positive, right? They're good things. They're gifts from God that need to be experienced, identified, and then guided by reason. So no negative emotions, folks. Think about that. No negative emotions. If you want more information on this, Dr. Conrad Baars wrote so beautifully about emotions, and it was based on the teachings of St. Thomas Aquinas, who said that all of our emotions are good, given by God, and they want to and need to be guided by reason. So if you check out baarsinstitute.com, there's great materials there. Dr. Sue Baars has some really good audio sets, and all of Dr. Baars' books are available there. And really can be life-changing because so many people are walking around so afraid of their emotions when our emotions ultimately set us free. All right, so we in order to experience the joy, sometimes we need to kind of work through those negative things, not emotions, the negative events and things that may be hurtful, painful, scary. But when we deal with them, give you an example. A child who's having surgery. It's scary, right? But if a parent is with that child through the process, and if you have good nurses and doctors that understand this is scary, they're going to explain to the child, they're going to let them know it's going to hurt for a little while. They're going to apply, they're going to give them maybe toys or things to play with, or things to help them get through that experience. Those rarely come to therapy. All right, it's very rare in my office if people had surgery and somebody walked them through it. Might have been a very serious surgery, might have been heart surgery, who knows what it is. But if you're allowed to process those emotions as it happens, it's not going to come back at you later in life. The problem happens when we don't deal with things as they're happening. And again, in cases of trauma where something overwhelms our ability to cope with it, that's where we get stuck, and that's where therapy can be helpful to kind of go back to it in a supportive environment so that we can feel those emotions, process them, guide them by reason, and then put them behind us, whether it's forgiveness or just asking Jesus to heal it. All right, but there are no negative emotions. They're all good, and they all work together, guided by reason for your good. So I hope you find that helpful. Please like and share the video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. God bless you.